Good morning.
Good
Am I
morning, sir. You
audible?
can proceed. Yes, sir,
Am
you're
I
audible.
audible?
Kindly proceed. Yeah.
Fine. At the outset, I extend a warm welcome to the July batch of our MBA online program of Bharatidasan University to this grand gathering online. It's a privilege for the university to be in association with all the great scholarly students, the learners, faculty members, and the administrators involved in, in this particular program. I used to wonder the forerunners to online program happen to be the birds. They used to perch on electric lines and they used to claim they are online. Perhaps we have taken some lessons from those intelligent birds and we have been involved in this online program. Any technology takes its own long period of propagation. It is normally said that any technology that gets into the Western hemisphere to reach the Eastern hemisphere, perhaps India included in that, takes something like 15 to 20 years. But in the case of online kind of thing, thanks to COVID, and this program has taken its roots in such a fast pace in just 2 years of time. The ordeal of COVID on one side, whereas the commitment of people to learn, to compensate the offline learning opportunity through online learning opportunity has taken great strides. And in that, this program itself is online. Therefore, it has its speciality. And in these times of high pressure on time that at the disposal of anyone, and the amount of tasks to be done within 24 hours time that everyone is having. So we have to avoid to the extent possible physically being present at a particular point, instead taking the work from wherever in whatever position you are there. So that kind of facilitation is done through this online. Therefore, it definitely tremendously enhances the productivity, the intellectual ability of everyone involved in this kind of learning. I think the corporate sector had realized this potential maybe a decade earlier, and they have launched upon their training and development programs through this mode. Whereas education sessions, particularly in India, have taken a little leisurely this one. And anyway, Bharatidasan University has been one of the forerunners in offering this particular program, that is online MBA program. I am so happy that a good number of learners, everyone is a learner for that matter. So even the goddess Saraswati used to be learning every moment. Therefore, the to be learned is so much. What is learned is so little. Therefore, everyone has to learn. Therefore, I take pride in calling myself as a learner rather than as so and so or so and so. Therefore, we are all learners, and this online program is giving such a wonderful opportunity to keep on dynamically enhancing our knowledge, intellect, and all such great things that one should develop in the course of his lifetime. So at the outset, as I welcome to you, and towards the end, I'm again, once again, welcome you into this program. Your journey with Bharadas University through this online mode of education will surely be one that is reinforcing our bond and our commitment to take our understanding to a greater height, which will incidentally help the country also reach greater heights in its development pursuits. With this, I wish everyone, every learner, every partner, all the best so that our partnership, our alliance does the great thing for everyone involved here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful presidential address and explaining the importance of the online education and also the pride of the online mode of education. And now I welcome Honorable Registrar, respected Registrar, sir, to deliver the inaugural address, sir.
Yeah, so I'm here. Sorry for the brief delay in this. At the outset, I would like to congratulate.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So at the outset, I would like to congratulate this batch, July batch, for enrolling into the online MBA program in our CDOE of Bharatdasan University. So at this juncture, I would like to, say that it's certainly a monumental day in Bharatdasan University, particularly for CDOE, because the first time we are launching a full-fledged end-to-end 360-degree online program on MBA, and of course all other programs as well. And of course, at this point, I would like to thank UGC for sanctioning this program because it was much awaited, and we toiled a lot for getting this program online. And of course, MBA program is a flagship program in all universities, and particularly for Bharatdasan University. We have a lot of alumni across the world, and particularly for in an MBA field, and they are in different positions across this planet. So in that sense, we are very proud and proclaim that MBA from Bharatdasan University is in a flagship program. And of course, as our Vice Chancellor said, the online is inevitable these days. The virtual education is inevitable. Of course, thanks to the pandemic, it's grown phenomenally in a multidimensional way. Of course, online MBA is in existence for more than a decade in different schools and different business institutions. But at a larger scale, and all the universities and all the colleges are, going on online thanks to pandemic. And of course, I was told by CDOE officials that the great enrollment has been accomplished thanks to a few people like Pasha and his team from CDOE officials. They said the enrollment is much more than they expected, thanks to a great efforts given by people like Abagma and other team. So with these random thoughts, I congratulate again the MBA students who have enrolled for this July batch, and I wish this program a grand success. And I'm adding a richness to the alumni, sooner or later from your team. So wish you all success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful inaugural address. And our control of examination is not in station today. So, as a program officer of this online programs, as far as the examination part is concerned, I want to bring up few points to your knowledge. So, the MBA program, each and every paper consisting of 100 marks. In that, 25 marks is of internal assessment, continuous internal assessment, and 75 marks for the external examination. These 25 marks, CIA marks, have been will be calculated based on the e-assignments and seminar or online test and attendance and discussion forum. So 10 marks for the assignments and 10 marks for the online internal assessment tests and 5 marks for the discussion forum and attendance for attendance. So total 25 marks of CIE. In that 75 marks of university examination, there are 2 segments. One is objective type 25 marks questions and 5 descriptive type questions, each carrying 10 marks. So that will be conducted through online mode. So Proctor based online mode. So this MBA program from admission to examination is completely online. So these are the setup of examination scheme. So with this, we start the orientation program, how to use the learning management system platform for the students of MBA, July 2021 batch. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, everyone. I would be taking you through the learning management system. And
so 1 second, sir. Bhushan, sir.
Yes.
1 second, sir, please. Yeah. So, yeah. So with this, I extend my wholehearted thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor and our respected registrars, sir, for allocating time to this inaugural function of this orientation program. So this will give a very much interest and boost to the students in attending the online classes and going through the online program. So once again, I thank you, the Honorable Vice Chancellor and Registrar, for inaugurating this event. Thank you, sir. You can start, sir. Bhushan, sir.
Right, so thank you. So a very good morning to everyone. I would be taking you through the entire learning management system and its various components. So please pardon me, I'll have to skip a few slides and straight away move to the learning resources. So UGC has proposed a very beautiful state-of-the-art 4-quadrant system to be developed by any university offering the online programs. So there are 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is for e-tutorial, quadrant 2 is for e-content, 3 is for web resources, and 4 is for self-assessment. So the LMS is built around these 4 components, and the LMS actually helps you engage with the university officials, the teachers, and self-develop yourself and go through the various topics at hand. So basically, majority of you might have already received the LMS and you might have started exploring it. But nonetheless, I would again, insist on students who are yet to receive the LMS. Either there is a documentation issue with your entire admission application. Kindly complete the documentation and with the help of the support team, and you would soon get access to the LMS as well. People who have already got access, they might have already seen this homepage of the LMS. It is available under the Student Corner tab on the website, and you can click on the LMS option and the login page pops up. A login and a password, a username and a password is sent to you over email to your registered mail ID. You can use that email, login ID and password and login into the system. The moment you log into the system, the first thing you see is a dashboard. So you see the complete dashboard of what you are doing on the LMS. Your course progression is seen semester-wise, subject-wise, how much amount of material you have read, how much ebook you have read, how much PowerPoint presentations you have seen, how many live lectures you have attended. So a dashboard gives you a complete feel of where do you stand in the completion of the program. The moment you click on the courseware, I would use the annotation tools to just indicate the sections of the website or the LMS. So this particular option of courseware on the left-hand side, which I'm marking in blue, the moment you click on this, you would enter into the academics part or the content part of the LMS, and the screen that you would see would look something like this. Now this particular screen indicates a subject of MBA, that is organizational behavior. So this is the first unit or the first chapter, and under this chapter, the moment you will click on this link in blue color that is highlighted, you would access the learning activity part, and you would move on into the various components of the learning management system. Now let us see what all components are there, and you can which you can use on the learning management system. So the first thing you can see under any chapter, now these are chapter wise LMS components. So an ebook or a digital textbook is made available to you. This is an all platform tool, so you can access these ebooks on any handheld device like a mobile phone or a tablet, or you can also access these on a standard laptop or a PC. These are very friendly, easy to use PDF files of the textbook format, which you can read through and educate yourself on the topics at hand. The next is all of you being involved in various activities parallel to your education. It is very handy that you have something that will help you quickly grasp a topic. So we have made available what is known as a quick learning book. This is the PPT format of the ebook where specific points are highlighted of that particular topic, and you can go through those specific points. This will help you not only revise the topic once you have gone through the ebook, but it will also help you to memorize it probably for your exam purpose, a quick revision tool. We always believe, and UGC has set up these guidelines, that a prerequisite material has to be provided to the student before he or she joins the class. So there are FAQs, frequently asked questions, and misconceptions or misunderstandings that are already put up in every chapter. So if you just click on these tabs, you will get access to PDF files similar to what the ebook looks like. So you would get access to an FAQ where a question answer format is there, a specific question that is required to be known before you enter into a particular lecture or a particular section of the syllabus. Those questions are put up briefly and you can go through them so that you have the prerequisite knowledge to approach the particular topic. There are always some misunderstandings that every individual has about a particular topic. So those are also handled under the misconception, the topic-based misconception. So you can definitely go through these two and equip yourself before you start a particular class or start a particular live lecture, live interactive lecture, or start reading an ebook. There are also some topic-based assignments that are made available to you where the subjective type questions are put up. These will help you prepare your own notes for that particular chapter. So if you access these topic-based assignments and try and find the answers for these questions, you would definitely prepare your own notes, and that would help you while not only understand the topic but also prepare for your examinations. So topic-based assignments is a major component. Then we have some recorded tutorials for every chapter. We have already put up some material which is related to that particular chapter, and it is available in your LMS. You can access these videos 24/7 at your own pace. You can view these videos, and you can of course view them at any point of the day using any type of electronic device that has got an internet connectivity. With the purpose, we have made this particular format a very pleasing to the eyes by keeping the PPT size or the presentation part of the video lecture in larger size and the size of the faculty's video smaller than the PPT, so that it's readable, so that you can actually pause the video, maybe take down your own notes and then move forward. So this is called as self-paced learning, and all of you can have your own speed at which you can view these videos and take your notes down. So video tutorials or recorded videos are available in the LMS. Self-assessment is a very critical part of online learning. This is what I meant when I said that the LMS has been prepared with the thought that we need to engage the student because they are remotely accessing the content, and there is no face-to-face interaction in the online program. So a lot of engagement is necessary. So gamified practice tests is a beautiful method to self-evaluate what you have understood of a topic, wherein through a game, you would actually try and answer a few questions related to the topic. And if you get the answers right, the system indicates accordingly. And if you get the answers wrong, the system indicates that you have answered wrongly and tells you which is the right answer. Basically, this will help. Say, for example, if there are 5 questions in this particular gamified test, if you are able to answer 4 out of 5, you can always say that, okay, most of the topic I have understood. However, if you just get a mark or 2 out of 5, then you will have to think that probably I have not understood everything under this topic. I need to probably revisit the ebook or watch the tutorial videos again. I have to be more focused during my live classes. All these things, are evaluation tools for the student so that they understand whether or not they have understood the topic that is being discussed. At the subject level, we have created what is known as an animated case study, where in the form of a storyline, which is an animated storyline, we try and bring to you dynamic, situations in actual business. And basically, it gives you an exposure how to, perform when you are in an actual business environment. And so this particular storyline brings out a case in front of you, and then there are question answers at the end of it. And again, the system tells you whether you are right or wrong in terms of the choice of answers that you make in this animated case study. So this is actually to evaluate the overall subject knowledge that you have gained at the subject level. So animated case studies are presented at the subject level. Like Honorable Vice Chancellor just pointed out, that everybody is a learner and learning never stops. So open learning resources or web resources from eminent faculties across the country and the world are made available in the form of web links. These are open source learning reference links that have come from the likes of NPTEL, IITs and IIMs. So all the material that is related to a particular topic and that is available on platforms like YouTube. Then there are archive libraries for articles and journals. So whichever material is found to be useful is actually made available in your LMS itself. So for people who are trying to explore beyond the textbook, beyond the live classes, beyond the tutorial videos, they can make a great use of this particular web resource. Even the normal student who wants to understand the topic through a different perspective, maybe as is presented in the class, in the live class, compared to that, if he wants to have a different viewpoint, then obviously the web resources will help the individual. So links to open reference material available on the internet is made available. Discussion forums is another platform through which the students and the faculty interact with each other. This is like a very dedicated chat room that is available to the students to interact with the faculty. So a discussion topic is announced and the students are supposed to participate in terms of their comments on that particular topic. It is of course moderated by the faculty in charge, and the students can participate and exchange ideas. A great platform to clear your doubts as well. So, participation in discussion forums is always going to further help you understand the topic at hand. The live sessions, the format of the live sessions or the look and feel of the live sessions is just like what we have right now. So it's a Zoom based platform, so you would be able to interact with the faculty as we are interacting now. Important is that a calendar for the sessions is always announced on the website as well as in your LMS. So make it a point that you look at these calendar format live class schedules, and you always participate in the live class schedules. And it is very important to have a decent attendance for these sessions. Of course, they are recorded and put into the repository as well. In case you just miss 1 or 2 classes, you can always look at the recorded sessions. Another platform to interact with the faculties is the messaging system that is made available in the LMS. So students can raise their doubts related to a particular topic, and the faculty would come back to you during university office hours by suggesting a solution to your queries or your problems in the particular topic. So a messaging system is made available in the LMS itself. I think sir has already talked about the assessments and examination part, so I will just skip and move forward. A very important interface that we have created for the students to raise their concerns which are of non-academic nature is the My Account platform. This My Account platform is available on the website. In the footer itself, there is a link given. So on the website bduedu.in, the My Account link is made available. The moment you click on the My Account, you can use your LMS login ID itself, username and password, and you can log in into the system. I'm just going to explain the important parts of this particular My Account. So you will have an entire dashboard again available to you, and it will give you critical information that is related to you. How have you made progress? What sort of progress you have made? There would be a support section. So you would get an access to, raise a request. You can straight away raise a request. Say, for example, you are having some problems with, say, viewing an ebook, particular ebook of a particular topic, and you would like to get some support on it. So you can always raise a query here. You have some problems with your fee payment, or you have some problems with your, documentation for that matter. You can raise your concerns here through the support system. So there is a beautiful dashboard that is made available to you, and you can make use of this dashboard to raise your concerns. It is always not necessary to, dial up the support number and wait for your turn to speak to the SRO. You can just go online and use this My Account to raise a ticket, and the ticket would be resolved, at a faster pace as compared to you waiting in line for your call to get connected. So you can view your tickets. So here is an example of, the way the tickets are demonstrated. So in case you have raised any tickets, the tickets would be available here in this section, and the status of that ticket would be available here. So you can always check the status of your tickets and understand whether the query is resolved. If it is unresolved still, you can again change the status of the ticket and keep it active, so that unless it gets resolved, it is not closed. And your query would be then resolved ultimately. The next important part of this is that even the fees calendar is made available to you. What are the kind of fees you have paid? What is the balance? And when is the next installment due? And all that information is also made available. Of course, beyond this, if these are the three main sections of the My Account, but beyond that as well, the assignments or the labs or the projects part, then the examination details, your result from, that would be published. All these material or all these interactive information would be made available through your My Account. So we have tried to bring in everything on a single platform, so that you are able to, go through the entire process of, learning, as well as getting your queries resolved. You can even access the LMS through this particular My Account. So there is a link to the LMS also that is provided through the My Account. And that is basically available on the dashboard slide that I had shown to you a little while earlier. So you can always log in into the LMS straight away from the dashboard. So if you use this Start Learning button that you see here, so it's a single sign-on facility. You sign on into your My Account and you can access everything that is related to your course. Just click on the Start Learning button here and you will straight away log in into the LMS in a different window of your browser, and you can access your content. So all in all, a beautiful single login tool that is made available to you through the website. And this will help you, excuse me, not only take forward your studies, but also, interact with your support team as well. Writing your queries to eSupport is always a welcome, and in anything that is not getting resolved through the ticketing system, please feel free to talk to us through the eSupport email ID and get your queries resolved. Thank you so much. That's all about the LMS part of it, and I would hand it over to Anand sir to take it forward, please.
Yeah, Anand sir. That
Yes,
is the end
sir.
of the technical session. Anand sir, please speak.
Thank you, Mr. Bhushan sir, for explaining the LMS platform in detail to the students. And we hope that the students will make use of this LMS platform very effectively, because it will be a wonderful experience by studying online mode with a full-fledged facility given inside the LMS. In the three modes of education, regular mode, ODL mode, and online mode, this online mode having a technology-enabled facilities as instructed, as guided by the University Grants Commission, and our LMS is completely satisfied all the 25 criterion given by the University Grants Commission and approved by the UGC. So I request all the students to make use of it and regularly attend the classes and make effective use of this facility and proceed further. Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful explanation of this LMS. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So pleasure interacting with all of you.
Yeah, thank you once again to all the students. So we wish you all the best, and we look forward to for your live sessions, which will be commencing shortly. Thank you all once again.